Hello and welcome back to Covey Fabrics DIY channel. My name is Amy and I'm visiting you today from Artisan Upholstery Studio right here on YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy 4-piece slipcover for a chair. You could do it for a sofa. This is for a fully upholstered armchair, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it in 4 pieces. Now you are going to need a sewing machine. You are going to have to do some sewing, so go and borrow your grandma's sewing machine and learn a new skill. It's not that hard and you won't regret it. The fabric I'm using today is a bright blue textured chenille. It's gorgeous and soft. For my slipcover, I'm removing the cushion, but you don't have to do that. You can go right over your cushion if you want to. I'm cutting 4 pieces starting with the arm, the back, the front, and the outside back. So you're going to measure the full length from the floor across, up the arm, and then back down, and that'll be 1 piece, and then the length will be from the front to the back, and always leave a couple of inches for your seam allowance. So I'm cutting the fabric and you'll see the front side here. When I lay it on the chair, please note that you are laying it on with the front side down. So what is showing when I lay it on the chair is the back side of the fabric. So you're going to take that piece and lay it on the chair, overhanging the front about an inch and tucking it in so that you get it nice and tight. I'm going to make a cut here so that I can wrap the fabric around the back. So this is an angle cut, giving yourself enough on the side there for sewing that together. Now I'm trimming this and I'm giving myself about an inch for sewing this to the back that I'm going to cut next. And again, I'm cutting on an angle to give myself lots of give there for sewing. And I'm giving myself an inch for sewing this together. Now you can give yourself more if you want, but I would not recommend any less than an inch. So you can see here I'm giving myself lots for sewing this together. So now I'm going to measure the back and I'm wrapping it all the way around. So just like the seat, we're going to tuck it in and make those cuts on an angle just so that we can wrap it around and staple it together first and then sew it. And I'm giving myself an inch seam allowance here. So at the side you can see that because I gave myself that angle cut, I've got lots for stapling and sewing. So I can trim some off now so that I just give myself that inch that I need for sewing that together. So now that I've trimmed that down, I can go ahead and staple the pieces together. And I've got a lot of extra fabric up here on the corner, so I'm going to trim that down too. So this is the back of the chair, and I'm just trimming trimming it down to match the angle of the back there. I'm only stapling halfway down the back because I'm going to leave the bottom of the back open to allow me to take the slipcover off and put it back on easily. So this is a bit of a tricky cut, but give yourself a little extra and just follow the shape of the arm. If your cushion is still there, then you're only cutting to the height of the cushion, and then you're going to staple it. Now down here in these corners, there are probably going to be little folds. That's okay. I'm going to show you how to deal with that when we are sewing it. So I'm carefully removing it, making sure that none of the staples come apart. I'm going to take that up to my sewing machine. So you want to start at one end and just follow your staples along. I tend to go to the inside of the staples to give myself a nice tight slip cover. The tighter the slip cover, the more professional it's going to look. And here is that back portion where I said that there was going to be pleats in the corners. So you just want to even it out and make sure that the pleats are the same on both sides before you sew it. So this is that back corner right here, and I'm making sure that when I finish it off, I am going around a little bit so that it's not a harsh corner, it's a nice soft rounded edge. So now is the time to test my slipcover to see that it fits properly before I hem it. So you can see that it's a nice snug fit, which is my preferred look for slipcovers. It gives a nice professional look when it's snug, and all the extra fabric can be tucked into the folds like this. Now, if you have just gone right over your cushion, your seat will be a little higher than mine, but it should look about the same as my slipcover. So I'm doing a separate cushion for mine, and if you happen to want to do a cushion, I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. You can use the same fabric or a coordinating fabric for a really cool and unique look. So I'm hemming the bottom. I'm just stapling it up off the floor all the way around so that everything pretty much matches in height. Hemming the bottom is pretty straightforward. You're just going along, and I am sewing mine about an inch from the bottom edge. And here where there's extra fabric, I'm going to trim it out just to get it up and out of the way. So when you're folding this over, you want to spread the selvage. So spread it open so that you don't have a really, really thick part to sew over right there. And you do want to remove all your staples now. And I'm just going to trim off the extra fabric. The great thing about this fabric is that it doesn't fray a lot. It's nice and thick and forgiving. So my last step here is to hand stitch the back closed. There are lots of different ways that you could close this if you didn't want to hand stitch it. You could staple it to the frame in the back, or you could use decorative studs at the bottom corners to hold them closed. You could even install a zipper if you knew how to sew a zipper in. So to finish off your stitch, you're going to go back and forth through your stitch several times, and that should be enough to keep it closed. So here we have my finished slipcover. It's nice and tailored, which is my preferred look for slipcovers. The blue chenille is striking and gorgeous. It's soft and easy to work with. The fabric itself is very forgiving, so it's perfect for a slipcover just like this. My chair has a separate cushion, but yours may not. If you want to make a cushion, you're going to want to see my next video on how to make a simple seat cushion.